I thought it was a dream job. I mean, you can travel, you can have money, you can do whatever you want. For me, that sounds like a dream job, but there is a reality. Hey guys, I hope you're doing great. So today we're gonna talk about being a digital nomad. I've moved to Madrid for a couple of months now, and I just want to share with you guys my experience because there are so many people just starting out as digital nomad. Nowadays, I mean, it's so easy to just get an online job, but there is a reality behind all that, and this is what we're going to talk about today. What are the bright sides of being a digital nomad, but especially what are the challenges? And for me, the most difficult challenge to address was probably the fourth one. Hopefully, I will also give you some nice advices that will allow you to address those challenges. And well, I mean, let's get started. So we're first gonna start with the bright side of things. I mean, the reality of being a digital nomad is so cool. Like, the first thing that you have is the flexibility of schedule and location. Schedule, it is especially if you're like freelancing or having your own business, because you can kind of choose whenever you want to work. But also the flexibility of location, that is so cool. I would really recommend digital nomad for any person that would like to travel. This is probably what it was made for. Like, being a digital nomad is just if you like traveling, because I mean, in the end, it can still be a 9 to 5, but at 5 p.m. you can hop on a plane, you can transit to another location, and you can even transit while you're working if you have some Wi-Fi. And that means that at 5 p.m. when you finish your job, maybe you're in Bali, or maybe you have all those places that you do not know yet and that can be discovered. The bright side of doing that instead of having a job in the country you're going to is, of course, the money. What usually people do is that they get a job like in a developed country, usually their home country, and they move to a cheaper place, because then you can save up a lot of money. With that money you can travel a lot, but also you can usually afford a higher level of living because you make more money than what you need to be actually living the same lifestyle in the country you're in. And also, you do not have to give up on your investment plans. I mean, if you just want to go digital nomad for a few years and then come back and buy a flat or invest in a house, that is totally okay, because you're able to do so by saving that money because you're living in a cheap place. There is also something that I really like, which is meeting a lot of people, especially other digital nomads coming from all over the world, and that is going to help you learn and grow as a person. You're going to go through the expatriation process, which can be quite challenging, but it's also such a nice process because you're getting out of your comfort zone, and especially when you're abroad, you're just more likely to try new experiences. And the thing that I learned the most about during this experience of being abroad is myself. I mean, ending up being alone a lot of times, so I'm just here with my thoughts, and I have to organize my thoughts. I have to figure things out for myself. I have to look after myself. So you are going to grow a lot, and it is probably one of the best things, because when you will come back, you will have so much experience and you will be so much more self-aware, which is pretty cool. So that sounds pretty cool because you're growing, you're traveling, you're saving money, you're meeting new people, you have the flexibility, but there are some challenges that I wasn't expecting and that we're gonna deal with now, and I will tell you how I did address them and how you could do so as well. So one of the first challenges I had to address was the schedule. To have a nice work-life balance, it's important, I think, to structure the schedule, because when you have that much flexibility, it can be so easy to fall into a messy schedule, because you're going out during the week, then you work on the weekends, then eventually you work only in the morning, then during the day you go on an excursion, and it can really be a bit of a mess. So to keep this balance between work and personal life, I would really advise you to use like time blocking, for instance, which is what I do. Usually I'm gonna wake up around 7:30-ish, then I'm gonna go to the gym, I come back, have breakfast, and start working by 9 a.m. I'm gonna be working until lunchtime, and usually, because I want to enjoy the sun and the day, I'm gonna take a longer lunch break, so maybe from, I don't know, 12 till 4, something like that, and then I will get back to work until it's time to just have dinner, which is way more productive for me, I think, because I like it better to have 2 big blocks of working rather than like a big block of 7-8 hours like a regular day, but you just have to find what works for you the best. And also at night, I usually or go out or just chill at home, you know? So this goes with the second challenges, which is discipline. You really have, if you're setting a schedule, to try to stick to it. Create some routines, go to the gym at the same time every day, or just have dinner at the same time every day, because it is really important for your mental health and for your balance to just have some structure. Because I think you're so tempted sometimes to just stay home, stay in bed, but no, go out every day, just go for a walk, go outside, because if you're working from home, sleeping at home, eating at home, at some point you're just gonna burn out from it. So one of the challenge I also suffered from, it is really exhausting and stressing to be permanently out of your comfort zone. It can be out of your comfort zone in the job you do, but also in the environment you're in. It's like a new environment, maybe a new language, new type of people. And the key to create a new comfort zone is going to create your routines. As I told you, it can be going to the gym, it can be finding a place you like to work at, so you can go to the library or to a cafe. But for me, the most important thing was finding this 1 or 2 close friends that I can really have a deep connection with, because this really allow me to feel safer and to have emotional connection in the place that I live was probably the key to not being stressed out all the time, or at least feeling that I would have emotional support if I need it. And that comes exactly with the most challenging thing that you have to address, which is that you're moving to a place where you have 0 economic interest and 0 social interest. Like, this country is not waiting for you and no one is waiting for you there. So you're gonna be there all alone, and that can be really challenging. So you can feel alone. You can also miss the workplace. I know that sounds crazy, but working in a computer all day long is not that fun, because you can miss those little small talk that you have with colleagues or those little interactions you have at lunchtime. So my advice for that is just go out there, go on WhatsApp group, digital nomad group, Facebook groups, go to meetup, to events, try to meet people. Maybe you can, if you can afford it, just go and work in a co-working space a few days a week, because this is a really important thing to consider. I really didn't consider it in the first place, and this is the thing that was most difficult when I arrived. It was that I was feeling so lonely and really lacking emotional connection. I was like, what am I doing here? I mean, my job is not here, my friends are not here, what? And then when I started meeting people, of course, I started to settle and feel a little bit more at home. The 5th challenge is not that of a big challenge, but you should also address it. Set up properly at your desk, please, because you're going to be so exhausted of working like this in front of a computer. So you just want to have like a good position, maybe invest in some desk stuff to have like a good posture, and please go for a walk, go outside at least 30 minutes a day. This is good for your health, for your mental health, but also for your body and your eyes. So the 6th challenge is for the ones that are freelancing, how to keep your clients. Because usually the thing is that with clients, you like to have maybe like a more connection when you see them in person, but you can't. So first, how do you find clients and how do you keep them? You have some solutions for that. Those are those platforms like Malt or Fever, where you can find your first clients for freelancing, but also make sure to try to match the time zones. Believe me, if you have to wake up at 4 a.m. every day for a call with a client, it's going to be exhausting at some point. And if you're just struggling to find new clients or keep them, you can also invest in some education. So maybe just take a sales course, and that will allow you to have more knowledge about all that stuff. There are also some networking events you can attend. You just go on Eventbrite or Meetup and you will see plenty of them. Whoa. The 7th one is a big one, guys. It's about money, managing your money. Especially if you're freelancing, money is going to be the thing that keeps you afloat. So you really need to be keen on how you manage your money, okay? You have to make sure that you have some cash flow, you have some incomes, especially for the freelancing one. I'm telling you, just have some savings before moving abroad, because you will have some unexpected cost, especially for your accommodation. But maybe if you want to travel somewhere, or maybe if you're losing a client, you just want to have those savings to be able to focus on your work and not to worry about how you're going to pay your bills the next month. But if you're just really stressed about money, it will be, I think, a better option to have a permanent contract with like a regular job, but that is fully remote, so that you make sure that you do not have to worry about the amount of money that you're gonna get at the end of the month. Another challenge is to disconnect and rest, because you can also feel that if you have your schedule a bit upside down, that you're working on the weekends, you're working at night, it can be really exhausting. So try to have some specific times, especially the weekends or after work at night, to rest. Just don't think at work. Remember why you did this job is to be abroad, to travel, to enjoy, and not to be worried 24/7 about your job. So the ninth point is also important and related to emotional support. At some point you just might be wondering, but where is home? Where are my friends? Because maybe you're switching places so often that you do not even know where is home anymore, and that can be really, really challenging. The solutions to that are, first, try to journal. I know it sounds cliche, but journaling really allows you to just put some order in your thoughts, and just to make a recap about what's going on, what's important for you, and where are you at in life. Because sometimes you will maybe just want to settle in a place for a longer time than expected, so that you can really develop meaningful and deeper connections, because those are the people that are going to support you when you're going to go through all the doubts and the thing about like where is home and all these questions you may have. Overall, the only constant thing in between all your experiences is going to be you. And the last one is travel burnout. You just might be tempted to do everything, travel to all the places, do the excursion and everything, and it's good, but don't do it, or do it slowly, because it is okay to not see everything. I mean, it's way better to do like 2 or 3 things rather than doing everything but not enjoying them. So focus on the things that matters, and think that if you moved abroad, do not feel guilty about not going out. You can behave like you would do at home. You can be bored, you can just read a book, you can just chill at home. It's not because you're abroad for a limited amount of time that you have to make the most out of every day. Maybe for you what works is also getting some rest and not traveling to all the places. Believe me or not, it is really something that can happen to you. Overall, I think I would recommend being a digital nomad. I think it's a really great experience. As I told you, you have money, you have free time, you can travel, you're learning, you're growing a lot about yourself, learning about other cultures, but please do not forget that there are some challenges that you will need to address, and do not try to do everything so that you don't burn out. The most important thing that you should remember is, even if it's a really nice experience, I think there are some things in life that you can only experience if you stay in the same place for a longer amount of time, which means that you cannot experience some things in life if you're just traveling around and switching places every 3 months. So also make sure to have your priorities taken into account. What do you want in life? Where are you at right now? Overall, I just hope you liked this video, guys. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up if so. You can also subscribe to my channel to see the upcoming videos, and comment below what do you think about digital nomadism and share your experience. And until the next video, I'm gonna say you goodbye and take care.